I know exactly what I'm doing. DFG, you heard? Yeah, I'm from the streets where the hood was swallowing me. Bullets are following me. These haters out to get me. Look how this Prada fit me. We move around with blickies. I got that bag, not a stash. Thick as Lionel Richie's. Jack riding out the 50. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
What could be the problem? What could be the cause of discord? Right? If I don't fuck with you no more, something happened to cause that, but I remember that that person never told me no. That's Jimmy. Whatever he did in his life, that's his life. That's not my life. That has no bearing on me.
Right.
If we don't talk, that don't mean I don't have love for this guy.
Right.
Bro, dude got kids, grandkids. Cool. You're not gonna grow to die with somebody. You think you're gonna be best friends with, bro, this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm not adding on to the foolish. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry you feel that way about me, and I'm not saying he does, but when he heard that the other day, it fucked him up. Because somebody else told him, yo, that nigga be talking bad. I don't do that.
Right.
That's not me. I wasn't raised that way.
Niggas just hear shit.
I can't do that. And I don't like, man, when I tell you I don't like niggas, it really means I don't trust you. I don't trust you to be solid and truthful. I just don't. I knew somebody, good friend of mine, man, this dude sat in the courtroom, knew he wasn't going home, knew he wasn't going to win, and every one of his friends that got on the stand to testify against him saw him and just broke down. He like, man, don't worry about it. Tell on me, I'm never going home. Go home, nigga. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Right. Looked at his lawyer, he said, I don't fuck with this guy. There is no defense. I'm good. Go home. So it's like when Shock G described what it was like being in the courtroom at Tupac's sentencing. He said, man, you could cut the tension with a knife. He said, he told the judge, you haven't looked at me one time. You don't care about who's right or who's wrong. Let me tell you something about that kid. You talking about superseding talent? That wasn't talent. Born to do it. You're not going to be that good. Maybe at one thing, not at everything.
Right.
You're not. You're not. Off the top, well-read, well-versed, Shakespearean. Oh my God. Right? And then you see something else that person is around that ain't conducive to what
it is.
And the devil is the director of distraction.
Take you right off your square. Now you're in the danger zone.
Nigga.
By convincing you he doesn't exist.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I gotta ask, as far as your brother's case, what are the steps that you would like for people to take to help that situation?
Well,
how can we help that?
You know what? I'm gonna send you some information as early as tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Because this dude has college professors taking it upon themselves to reach out to him, write him, get cleared on visiting list, and going to see him. Because his case, bro, I have all of his progress reports from staff that say he doesn't belong here. Because he's done what he was supposed to do. He's done his time. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's as simple as him. I saw what he didn't see in himself. Jay, I saw what he didn't see in himself. You took the steps. All right, cool, but you gambling. You hoping it works. But somebody around you can discern, wow, this guy's great. This is better than me. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you, Jay called, actually no, Beehive called me one day. And he said, Jay called for your number. He wants to know if he can have. I was like, why? Man, I don't care. Give him the number. And somebody called me one day. I thought it was Scooter because it was like a blocked number or some shit. And I answered. I didn't hear anything right away. So I hung up. And the person called back. When someone greets you with peace, you should respond with the greeting of peace. I was like, who is this, Gandhi? It's just me, Jay. And we just bust out laughing. Bah! That's what we did. We laughed at everything. Everything was funny. Right?
Right.
And he invited me down to Virginia. No, to Miami to a show on the run tour. I don't go to concerts. I've never seen him in concert. Right? So I went down there. And he came and got me from the greeting area. And we went in his dressing room. And we sat and chopped it up. And he said, you're a fair man. He might get, bro, I don't give a fuck, but you're a fair man. I was like, what does that mean? It's like coding and shit. He's like, nah, you're just a fair man. I had to think about it. We're sitting next to each other and I'm thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? Because he's not going to elaborate.
Right.
Right? And this happened back in the days after Reasonable Doubt came out. There was a lyric that I heard and I didn't understand what it meant. And when I got to jail, I repeated it again and I said, oh, duh. My ears weren't ready to hear or understand because I understood it clear when I went to jail. But when I asked him, he never answered me. So what's wrong with this guy, right? I sip fine wine and spit vintage flows. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Right.
Who says that? And him saying I was a fair man, and then he said I read everything on your page. I'm like, when the fuck do you have time to read everything on somebody's page? He said, I have nothing but time. I was like, what? And I said, okay. I said, bro, I would never go on the internet and say anything bad about it. I don't do that. I'm not the same person. But whatever was good about me, my qualities still exist. If I had something against you, it's nobody's business. Don't do that.
Right.
Right? Cool. And Biggs walked by. So Jay's here, I'm here. This is backstage. If you walk by, you could look straight in, but you're only seeing this chair. He was sneaking up on Jay, surprising him. And he peeked in and saw me, and he was like, ah! So it was almost like a reunion. And Big sat here, and we were talking about, a time where me and him was hanging out every day. That's what I'll say. And there was an incident in the club. Biggs is like the only person I knew that could lose his temper without saying a word. And you just have to know this dude is pissed. And somebody was yelling at him. And I pulled up, because all I know how to do is be strong at that time. Yo, what's up? And he was like, 1,000,000 squash potatoes. I was like, what? I'm the only one out of all of us that's hanging out that don't smoke weed. So I'm like, he's high, right? What the fuck is 1,000,000 squash potatoes, right? And the guy is going in, he's just looking at him. I said, yo, Biggs, what's up, man? And he's like, 1,000,000 squash potatoes. I said, you know what? I quit. Fuck it. Whatever. So we're in the club and we have a section. It's a crew of us. And he's like, yo, you ready to go? I'm like, you ready to go? I'm with you. Let's go. The whole night there was this big guy, about his size, just there. Right? And we're like, bounces, right? So I'm looking at him like, whatever. But he's just there. But he don't look like he worked for the club. But he's there. Just waiting in the wings. Cool. By the time we ready to leave, I'm wasted. He's wasted. We go to leave. I'm following him out. His car pulls up. Zoop, like clockwork. The big guy opens the door for us and lets us in the car, closes the door, and we drive off. So I'm looking straight like this, and he's looking straight. And I said, that guy was with us all night. He goes, 1 million squash. I said, wow. So it's not always the It's not. Sometimes it's the unknown.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully you make the right move, or you're gonna be 1 million squash potatoes.
Why you giving me mixed signals? Let's be honest, you want some dick in you. Or you don't. I don't know. Baby,